Yo, we're here again, counting down to the end, as I say, well, starting from last week. But Bleach, the 1,000-Year Blood War, episode 21. And after catching up and doing that double reaction review last week with Renji and Rukia, we're here. And as a manga reader, Ichigo should be here finally for this episode. More than likely by the end, given the pacing of these episodes and how they're adapting the manga. But without further ado, let's get into it. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome weekend so far. Naturally, be sure to leave a like, a comment, subscribe, as Noxtaku would say, and let's get into it. Alright, here we go. This is that scene we saw before. This kind of makes me wonder, like, is Kubo ever going to show us like Yuha's mother in the show? In the anime adaptation here? That would be really interesting. Yes sir, there he is! Yo, they better play number one for this now, honestly. I still say, yo, Gremmy was just stupid, dog, honestly. Like, he could have just continued the fight, continued to wear Kenpachi down, and would have just beaten Kenpachi, honestly. Kubo, please go into more depth with its Yachiro. Woo! Yeah, this is what I was saying, like, in the reviews last week. Or was it the week before? Like, really and truly, when they said, like, the Soul Reapers were down to, like, 20 or 30% of their forces. Like, really only 20 or 30% of the forces are really useful. Woo! Wait, we can take just a moment as a man of culture to just appreciate the work of art that we're seeing right here. I mean, why not, right? Yeah. Ooh. Some extended scenes here. Ooh. Man's like, well, shit. Yes, sir. Okay, it's not number one, but no, it is remix of Attraction. Ichigo! Yo! And you believe that this is what you waited for? We're here, fam! Stop it, youth! Yo, Ichigo! Yes, sir. I said that they're number one special threats. Yo. Man's alright. Looking fresh. The pro tag power is here. Oh man, that girl never realized, bro. Ichigo went through a whole training arc. Ichigo just be chilling, bro. The man just seem calm. Getsuga. Well, it's just the opposite. It's just the calmness, like just the nonchalance. Getsuga Tensho. It's like it's no big deal, bro. I think this is new. Yeah, I don't recall seeing this in the manga. Yes, sir. Yeah, I definitely would have remembered this from the manga, so this is definitely new. It makes sense because I was expecting Ichigo to come by the end of the episode, so if he's here this early, makes sense to get additional fight scenes. The Golden Crunch! Bruh. Ooh. Yo, Ichigo is just unimpressed, bro. Here we go. Yes, sir. Yo, loving that smoke effect. Wait, voila. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And Ichigo's like still chilling, bro. Like when I say, yo, this not even enough right now.
扉を開いたのだよ。おそらく黒崎一護がまとっている紫伯章は王権と呼ばれるゼロ番隊の骨と紙で編まれている。その体勢と防御能力のおかげで黒崎一護は霊王宮と精霊帝との間に存在する72層の障壁を無傷で突破した。
Aizen? Yes, sir. Ow.
これだけ囲まれて陛下を終えると思うなんて考えが甘いです。ダイヤモンドプッシュ。
Man say, yo, man, have time for this, brother. Of course. What Regiment said was, boy, nobody else can beat him but you, dog. So, go on. Man, Sasuke's my voice. Well, I have the same voice actor as Sasuke. What were you expecting? Ooh. Bro, what? Stop. Ooh, bro. What was the plan for the 1,000-Year Blood War, bro? Like, similar to like One Piece Film Red, you have a bunch of tracks you can actually sell separately as like an album, or like on Spotify or something. So that's Bleach the 1,000-Year Blood War episode 21, and as you know, predicted based on the pacing, Ichigo has returned, and yo, the man is looking so much more impressive than before. Honestly speaking, yo, the clothes, the attitude, the composure, yo, this man has truly gone beyond the realm of Shinigami for like what, the second, third time, really and truly when you're really thinking about it. But this man has really come into his own, you know, all that training, all that, you know, learning of his true history, his true heritage, and just having his true Zanpakuto, his true powers. Honestly, it wasn't just like empty dialogue. We get to see in this episode that this man has genuinely reached a new level. And I know it's like, oh, depending on how you look at the Bambies, like Candice and all the other girls, quote unquote, manga readers is what I mean, but they're powerful too, man. And the fact that this man is just composed and just low diffing all of them, even when he was surrounded by 8 Sternritters, this man is just super composed. So it's actually payoff to what we got towards the towards, well, the end of core 1 and what we've been getting from the beginning of this core when it comes down to Ichigo's training. Even though I think it would be nice to get more in-depth information on what was happening in his last segment, the last segment of his training. Even though I guess novel readers, Soul King, extended material, readers can appreciate those additional scenes, but you know what I mean. Anyway, this episode, man, interesting. Of course, first of all, the aftermath of Kenpachi versus Gremmy, and the fact that Yachiru is seemingly gone missing, it seems, for some strange reason. And I think for the most part it does kind of, even though like Kenpachi 1, it kind of has this weird foreboding strange feeling, this strange feeling of mystery, even though he won, with the fact that Yachiru isn't there anymore and they can't feel her spiritual pressure. So it's something for the fans to look forward to in terms of finding out. Hopefully, as a manga, as I keep saying throughout this video, I am hoping that, Kubo goes more in depth when it comes on to Yachiru. So something for us, the audience, to look forward to when it comes on to that. Of course, Kenpachi is really ridiculously injured, which kind of, in retrospect, I have to keep saying Gremmy could have definitely won that fight if it was like a different person with his powers, more than likely. But that's just me. But of course, with Kenpachi being that injured, the Bambies coming in to take advantage of that, to get rid of one of the 5 special war threats. and they would have almost succeeded if not for the man, the myth, the main character, Ichigo Kurosaki, honestly coming in. And I was expecting them to play number one, but I was not expecting them to have like a remixed version of it, because we have the original number one and all its kind of like variants in the original Bleach series. Of course, we have the 1,000-year Blood War version of number one with the new rhythm and everything, but I was not expecting another rendition of number one. And I guess it works because in the volume level, in terms of how they played it in relation to him coming in, it wasn't too distracting, kind of just supplemented the epicness of Ichigo coming back in. And funny enough, I actually thought they would have played up Ichigo's crash for more comedy, but they didn't really stand on it too much. It was it really just showed how much faster he is now. It's almost crazy. So there's that. And of course we have the extended fight scenes between Ichigo and the Bambies. Now I think when you're doing extended fight scenes, it's always appreciated depending on how the original manga chapters were paced, but I think it's also important to balance that you don't really take away the spirit of what the author was going for with the pacing of the original manga, because with how Ichigo was dealing with the Bambies, it was quick, to the point, and just to showcase that he was so much more powerful after his training that it's not even comparable. Ichigo now versus Ichigo before, for the most part, or at least Ichigo and his current enemies. And the fact that they added those additional scenes, but at the same time it didn't take away from how much more powerful Ichigo was than the Bambies. I think it did an awesome job of actually balancing out, getting additional material, additional fight scenes, and what Kubo might have been going for with showcasing how much more powerful Ichigo is now compared to how he was before. So I think that was a nice balance there for the most part. Of course, the whole tidbit of because he was wearing basically an Oking, basically a king's key in the form of his clothes, this whole sudden revelation that he can bust through the 72 layers between Soul Society and the royal the royal palace essentially, and the revelation that it won't close back up for the next 6,000 seconds. I want to know how persons feel about that. You think it's just information that they just kind of sprung on you because we didn't really know this before? Does it work for you? Is it a bother? I know it kind of feels like it's just a way to get the plot moving and get Yuha up to the royal palace to go to the next stage of the story, but I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent towards it personally, but it is what it is. We get the story moving. Of course, we have Ichigo face to face with Uryu as well, which I mean, yeah. What can I say about that? I mean, the fact that it's interesting because there's a nice contrast there. The moment that Ichigo faces like some kind of uncertainty in terms of his resolve and who he's facing, you realize that's the only time he actually gets quote unquote hurt in this episode. So I guess it's kind of further emphasis. Ichigo is at his best when he's calm, composed, and he has a clear head, clear direction in terms of what he has to do. But anything that makes him waver, I think that was kind of interesting. That was the only time he genuinely got like actually hurt, and hurt with quotation marks. So that's interesting, and I'm kind of interested to see how if they'll kind of give us any additional scenes between Ichigo and Uryu before things get back to quote unquote normal later on in the core. Yeah, because they even kind of play up the current opening like, we'll have this big battle between Ichigo and Uryu, but I guess we'll see. Anyway, I mean, we have Chad and Orihime with the with the fashionable clothing coming in at the end there to save Ichigo, and basically that's the end of the episode. So for the most part, it was an awesome episode. I can't really complain too much. I'm just glad we got to finally get Ichigo back in action. I mean, we're almost towards the end of the core. We have about maybe 4 episodes, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or if they're going up to 13, I guess 5 episodes left, which is still a decent amount. Fair enough. So yeah. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought about my thoughts about the episode and just the episode in general. Did I miss anything? Let me know. Of course, as I said, the pacing was good. The additional fight scenes are awesome. They really balance what I think Kubo was going for with, you know, at least extending the material to kind of satisfy fans who have been waiting for the anime adaptation of this. The musical choices, of course, the new rendition of Number One, Ichigo getting the payoff for all his training when it comes on to this episode, but at the same time contrasted with his mental state in finding out Uryu, how he kind of showcases that's the only time Ichigo is at his lowest. It's a nice, subtle or nuanced contrast there in this same episode. Definitely love it. Love the fight scenes. The Getsuga Juji show looking clean too. So yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next Bleach.